Ba-da-ba-ba. Hey, it's hump day. This track's not bad. What's up, everybody? Welcome in, good folks. How you doing? Welcome. Where's our capture card? Hello, game. Where'd you go? I probably should have checked to make sure that was actually working today, huh? Hey, new capture card. We hired you because you do work. Oh boy. Welcome in, everybody. How you doing? Good to see you. Happy Wednesday to you. I hope you've been having a lovely week. As you can see, we're starting this off nice and spiffy with a couple technical problems here. I'm going to unplug and replug in this capture. Oh, it's only day 2. It's only day 2, buddy. Why does stuff not work? Oh, man. Always something. Always something. Never not something.
Do not be a sad tomato.
No. Never not. I'm not sad. I'm more, like a disappointed father. We raised you for so much more than this capture card, and it's not coming back up. Is that it? Oh, there we go. Okay. We're back. Now I've actually lost. I can't see my own computer now. There we go. Wow. That's back too. It's dropping in and out. Which is it? The HDMI cord then? Alright, well hopefully you're having a more successful Wednesday than me. How's everybody's week going? You guys excited for some Zero to Hero? We're going to do some, I guess I could just watch the stream the whole time and play like this instead of from my own desktop. Looks like it's pretty laggy though. Why does it look so awful, man? Alright, folks. Might just be the case that, we don't do gameplay today. There's no reason this shouldn't be working. But my whole computer seems to be struggling now. Let me, shut down the game, maybe. Yeah, I think something's wrong with my computer. Let me just try it. I guess I'll have to restart it. Okay. In the meantime, I might go walk into the other room real quick and break something. What y'all been up to? Likely a cord issue? I hope not, because apparently it's equivalent to a $20 HDMI cord that Elgato sent with the product that I just opened. So that'll be... And then I just threw the box away too yesterday. Oh god, I might have to return the capture card. We'll see. Greetings, fellow medical gown enjoyers and ship buyers. Good to see you, R92871. Welcome in. We got a hype train? I'm sorry, I can't even see the hype train. I don't know what's going on with the hype train. I've lost this computer functionality, but I will give all the thanks to the good people when we get back. Things did not go wrong. They went in a trajectory that in hindsight could have led into a more advantageous position. You could say things went right late. How's Mrs. T doing? She's better. She's better. She's definitely doing better now. Thank God. Still recovering, still getting back to her normal, her day-to-day. But she on her feet, kicking ass. Literally, going out and beating up people. You kind of can't stay too long away from that. Okay. Computer's running normally again, and you guys can see it. We're off to a start. This is good. This is good. Let's see if we can get my tabs open again, and then I can see what the heck happened. Oh, look at that. They're not opening my tabs. And we can see what we missed. Maverick is what we missed, and Colt. Mr. Colt Kimber, dude, with the sub, 24 months. Thank you. Okay. All you gotta do is blow on it or turn it off and on again or something. There's always something to do. Brings you back to the N64 days. What have I missed? Let's talk about what has actually been going on. Ugh. Hey, you guys want to know what the real most annoying thing in Star Citizen is? This page. This is the worst thing that CIG has brought into this world, is their authentication methods. They're so god-awful. Never remembers anything. Because apparently they don't like my cookies. I didn't ask you to talk about my cookies. Okay? It's not in your peripheral. It's not in your purview. Leave my cookies alone. Don't comment on my cookie. Okay, now I have to authenticate. It's also crappy when you have multiple accounts, and you have to figure out, okay, where is this email getting sent to that I gotta authenticate with? T. Yeah, hate this thing. Hate it. Hate authenticating anything ever. Don't authenticate me. I'm fake. Maybe just a driver thing? The auth key? By the way, it's great to see you, Colt. Welcome in, buddy. PK, Techna, Maverick, Mr. Maverick, Astro Monkey, Lurch Lord, welcome in, buddy. Juke, Cran Video, Mr. Vastin, Astro, Lane, Marcus, Gisberts. Greetings, buddy. Good to see you. Orange Sovereign, welcome to yourself. Hope you're having a lovely day. Benefit man. Wait, am I dipping into... Oh, I'm dipping into last stream's chat here. My bad, I'm going too far back. We haven't talked that much yet. Let's not get carried away. We are a proper chat. We only use words when needed. Yes? Yes, everybody? We don't talk unnecessarily around these parts. We don't say things that don't need to be said. We don't go into far too much detail compared to what needs to be understood by anybody who would need to hear... Oh, moisturization. Sorry, I missed you there. Who would need to hear what might need to happen. I'm sorry. I'm trying to say extra words. I don't know how to make it obvious. I'm being facetious. No, I'm not. I'm being redundant. The worst thing is actually having a pizza vendor in the stations with no ability to buy pizza. Cassio, you might be onto something. I've heard that Chris Roberts actually hates pizza. And they tried to put pizza into the game back in 2018. Then he went and he played through the game and Squadron 42 and realized that pizza was actually pretty heavily integrated into the story and scrapped the whole story, the whole project. That's why Squadron 42 was delayed from a potential 2020 release to 2025. Some people like to point at mismanagement. Other people will point at funding. Some of these crazy people will even say COVID might have had some effect, but it's not. It's pizza. And the sooner everyone wraps their heads around that, the faster we can move on from master modes. Sorry, what? Master modes? All right, I'm just checking real quick to see why this music is so calming, dude. Can you not put me to sleep? Should we just start? Should we do a sleep stream? Everybody dim your lights and lay down on that couch. Close your eyes and listen to the sound of these cheering children. It's Wednesday. Yeah, hump day, everybody. Woo. Okay, sorry. No, that's why I can't do ASMR. I'd be far too tempted to just ruin it. Colt, thank you for the bits. Oh, we're about to die. Good on us. I think we've pushed this just about as far as we can without dying, so let's go ahead and grab a soda. If you're ever on the edge of death and you absolutely need to drink something or else you're going to perish, find your nearest soda. Smolter, it's nice to watch your videos whenever I take breaks from the game. Thanks for making videos. Thanks for watching them. I'm glad you've been enjoying them. No more money till Pizza 4.0. Happy 2026, Remove Chen. Chris Roberts subsists on a diet consisting only of double dogs. I feel like some people probably think that Chris Roberts literally eats money. Like he just sits in his office and stares down at the money and is like, they want a game, but I want food. Can you please get this out of your hand? I don't want it anymore. Take it back. Going to see a Kotaku article about that tomorrow, and that will spread. No bad press, right? Did you teleport to Ferrister's stream? Dude, I can't pull that off. I can't. I don't even try to. Here I have a salvage panel sitting in space. It's very succinct, and the metal falls right off the bone. But in order to get rid of the more boring parts of this, I'm going to fast forward from the slow bits and show you the true beauty of Star Citizen. I don't sound like Ferrister at all. My attempt at any form of English accent is just the same drawl. It's why I try not to do it too often around Mrs. Tomato. She has an English accent and she just thinks I'm making fun of her. Well, sometimes has an English accent. So that was Ferrister. If you want to let him know how great I'm sure he does a better impression of me, to be honest. Frisch! Thanks for the sub, dude. Toe gang. I hope you're having a lovely day, my man. 24 months. Joining us here. It's still, why is it still so calming here? Hold on. There we go. That's a little more chill. A little more cool. Yeah, thanks for the 24 months, Frisch. Appreciate you. Just have to ask what BK beat me to. To 24 months? Go lay down in a med bed. Dude, sometimes the same song you've heard like 200 times will just hit special. I don't know why. Anybody have an answer to that? Sometimes it just slaps differently than you'd expect. And you hear different things. You hear like the little... Where did that come from? Who put that in this song? Why am I screen tearing so much? Dude, I'm screen tearing like crazy. That's wild. This isn't my normal account. This is my quote unquote 0 to hero account. So it doesn't have all of my normal settings. That screen tearing is off the wall. But it shouldn't be screen tearing if I'm V-syncing. Okay, now we're good. Switch to transformer. For what, upscaling? What? Upscaling model? Can I keep V-sync on then? Oh my god! No, it's so bad. That almost made me sick. No V-sync. Alright, let's grab some med pens here. Cowering civilians. Good to see you, by the way, Zamotic. Alright, so. This is also a great song, man. What are we doing? We're killing it. Oh yeah, Mrs. Tomato's account. She was using this actually, so we're just starting off on her thing. Let me do a little intro here. Get everybody up to speed with what's going on. And to this kind of music too. How lucky am I? All right, folks, welcome in. We've got another Roots to Riches planned today. Now, this is a no ship start for Star Citizen. We're not going to have any ship. Well, we do have a ship, but we're not using it. The plan is basically no ships for me to fly until I'm able to rent one. So today, my first goal, well, second goal since today is day 2, is to get enough to rent a new ship. Then we can start making our own money and maybe do something a little bit more fun than begging chat. Now, the hardest part of Star Citizen so far has been playing with random people because social services kind of suck in this game. And I know everybody's going to tell me, well, just use Discord. As you're about to see, that doesn't really work. So, first, we're going to try and get a ride off of Port Tressler, or at the very least, the prospect of a job. And, our main goal is to just try making money first. I want to get the Cutlass Black, which I think is around 40,000 credits or so, 50,000 credits. That's really not that much, right? That's like one mission. So we don't really have to get paid out too much. But I do want to go a little bit further and see if we can maybe get something slightly bigger. Because if we can rent, say, a Constellation for a day, we'll be able to make so much money from hauling with that, which will get us to our first purchase. So let's get started. No service beacons. It's all global chat, baby. Just like they prophesized to us when they released refueling. Just type it in global chat. Let's see what we can do. What do they respond to? Anybody looking for crew? Just looking to make money. Willing to do anything. I do need to heal, don't I? Didn't I get those med pens? Whatever happened to those dang med pens? Aren't they auto-applying? Now I can't move. Let me move! What is going on in global chat? I think I already jumped into something that's a little more worrying than I'd like to see. These are the US servers, though. Why can't I move? None of my controls are working. Oh yeah, I don't want a gift of billions. Please God, no. I want to work. I'm trying to work for money. Ah, okay. I think I'm just gonna have to kill myself here. Not something you want to hear. I can't even F4. Can I even backspace? No. I am entirely locked out of my controls for some reason. Press enter, then escape. What the? What the heck? I couldn't even open the mobi-glass. Nothing would respond. I couldn't even enter the F4 third-person view. That was really weird. I think it's the soda. Get the soda out of my hand. Oops. No, the soda. Alright, I guess the soda is just part of my body now. Might be glitched. Alan! Hey dude, thank you for the super chat. Is there a Secret Stranger Things episode? Answer the question. Secret Stranger Things episode. Alright, so, global chat. Seems like a lost cause. Somebody's asking to be milked. Need to store the helmet in a backpack or local storage to eat. No, I can't put my freaking backpack back on. I don't want to eat anymore. I'm done eating. I've eaten my goods. Oh, man. Maybe I should go to a non-European server. How about we try that? I feel like... Or sorry, non-American server. I feel like generally the quality goes up. No offense, Americans. Just... I'm sorry. Benefit Man, though, thank you for the 5 subs, dude. Hell yeah. Benefit getting us started out with the Toes Gang. Let's go. You can see my short shorts now. I might look all business on top, but I'm nice and... Look at that. I'm all thighs on the bottom. Thighs make it live. All right. My man Benefit has blessed us. Blessed us with the lovely blessing of no ads and emotes. Thank you, man. Much love. Appreciate you being a part of this stream. You've been playing long enough, you know there's crazy fixes to all these weird bugs. I know, dude, but it never, listen, just like flying into the planet and seeing the clouds makes me go, wow, this is cool every time. The bugs also make me go, geez, this is weird. Every time. I'm easily impressed. Come visit us in Europe. We're nice people in general, sometimes. I mean, if things had gone a little bit differently, we'd be living in Europe right now. Helmet is physicalized in 4.5 and can hang on your belt or flight suit using Alt-H. Yeah. Thick? No. No, not quite. If things had gone a little differently, how do you mean? Oh boy, that's a long story. Well, my wife's from Turkey, so we actually have lived over there for, I'd say close to half of the last 5 years. Well, probably less than half, for the sake of legality. But yeah, we would go back and forth, and you know, we had to settle down somewhere. All right, now we try this again. Wait, I just loaded into American servers. I wasn't even paying attention. I just clicked to load back in because, you know, brain no work. Reading? What's that? There we go. That's the right thing. Promise I'm getting better at this. Folks, that Tobii Eye Tracker link is popping up for the 5% off. They have ended their 20% discount as of yesterday. But you can still get 5% off and support the channel if you are interested in the eye tracker. I am... we'll say currently considering how virtual reality will work with Star Citizen. Obviously, as somebody who's used the eye tracker a lot and even put out a video calling it quote-unquote virtual reality light, I know it's not the same. It's not even close to the same. But I do think that they offer similar benefits to people. Think about doing a little comparison. Just need to figure out how to get an Oculus 3. Or, that's not what they're called now. A, Quest 3. Quest 3 versus Tobii Eye Tracker. Which one's heavier? You're plotting your escape from the US. England's on your list. It's like number 5. Number 3 is Cape Town, South Africa. Dude, those are very far away. You got an interesting method of transportation, I imagine. Durable? Durable? What is that? What are those things called? The airships? Durable? Dribbles? Crepuscular? All right. Hello, good space folk. I'm in the middle of a challenge to not fly a ship. Therefore, I am offering my services to any space person to which it may bequeath amongst some. Credits are my main goal, but I'm willing to accept double dogs. Anybody need help with anything? All right. Dirigible. That's the one. Yeah. I hear they're very dirigible. My call to action, as you can see, the European global chat is like not crazy and telling people they want to milk each other and insulting each other. What is wrong with that, man? Why are we like that? America, what are we doing? Now it's just too quiet. We went from everybody shouting at each other to literally nothing happening in the chat. You do a better Meyer than Forrester. I probably can't do a Meyer either. The thing about Meyer is he can do like 80 different voices. Man's got talent. You know what? I guess while we're waiting, let's go heal. Meyer's like proper voice acting. That dude, when I heard his voice reel, I was like, oh, wait a minute. This guy could be a lizard. And when I say a lizard, I don't like anybody could be a lizard. That's not hard. A little snake noise a little bit, but like you get the idea. No, he goes off. He's like, talks like a lizard from Skyrim. Whatever those guys are called. Skyrim lizards. Lizard people. We don't talk in Europe. You just drink tea. Bequeath is wild, he said. Quest 3, if you get a Quest 3, you'll really be into some mil sims. They can be kind of addictive. Quest 3s work great if you want the cheaper one. Lenses are only a little worse, but not bad. I think a Quest 3 comparison to a Pimax headset would be what I want to do if I'm going to do a VR kind of thing. Now I can source the Pimax. You can always tell which region you're in based on the global chat. I almost said a bunch of independent queens out here, but then I thought somebody might take offense. And I'm trying to find customers. We're getting there. We is getting there. But hey, you know what? Don't worry. If you can't find anybody to give you a ride in Star Citizen, just use f***ing Discord, they tell me. Plenty of fun, they say. Ooh. Warren. Warren gets an MVP badge for this stream. I literally forgot I have a whole cup here of some nice hot Earl Grey ready to be suckled down. And he brought it up in chat. Thank you. Sips tea. Yes, I'll join you with that, Spy, right? If you ever come to Vienna, let me know. You can expect genuine Bosnian Turkish hospitality. Expect cevape, burek, trileche, and baklava. I don't know, man. You're going up against a goat when it comes to those. Who is this? Who's Breaker of Wind? Is this from global chat or is this from stream chat? So at the very least, I want to see if I can get somebody from the global chat to bite. I'm trying to get a bite. Don't know with Pimax, but Quest 3 works great with SC. Suggest you use it with virtual desktop and not the Meta Quest app if it comes with. Okay. Yorkshire tea. I got the good stuff, man. I think Earl Grey sounds disgusting. Sounds like the name of some old man. But Mrs. T likes it. We appreciate the invite though, dude. And the hospitality. We will definitely be in touch if we ever swing around the places, the parts. We are big fans of lore. And I come from this weird I guess we'll call it the kids these days call history lore. Very big fans of real life lore. Oh wait, isn't that a YouTube channel? Yeah, we don't have to. Everybody says that. Should have stayed home not feeling well and I would have hopped on and taken you out for something. Dude, you're not feeling well. Doing okay, man? Stomach kind of cold or tummy's not happy? I hope you feel better soon, my friend. Suckling tea and worried about the US chat. Dude, I'm suckling tea, okay? These people were talking about suckling each other. I'm gonna stop there. There's so many. There's like in that like 5 seconds of silence that you guys just heard, I had like maybe 4 or 5 different jokes that I should not say on stream come through my head. Any job you need. Just trying to make some money. Any job. No, I won't say that. We're not in the American server anymore. We can't say stuff like that. Oh no, I got the glitch again. Boydun. Boydun is a fun word. You started playing Star Citizen again after a long break. You tried a bunch of missions and you were actually kind of impressed with some of them. I'm glad they worked for you. You can go one of 2 very different ways. All right. Well, it's looking like the global chat strategy might not be working. Wow, that was a... Why did this lag up my computer so much just opening this program? Oh, that was a Meet the Fockers reference? It's just like real life. Nobody will talk to you. Oh, nice. We got a bite. We got a bite. Brits is at Port Tressler. We have no idea what they need, but we'll help. And we should probably get at least some equipment. I just realized I'm now offering up my services for help and I don't have anything with me. They're like, I need a ride. I also need a gun. I need some ammo. I need a multi-tool and a tractor beam. I need basically everything in the game, but yeah, I'm happy to help you. If the game runs. What's up with this performance? It all happened after I opened Notion. Let me close that again and see if that was a problem. All right, closed it. Oh my God, man. VRAM is fine. Oh, using a lot of my memory. CPU is at 60% load. My hard drive's getting kind of full. I wonder if that might be a problem. My computer seems to be doing okay. Dude, I know. Here we go. All right, he said he needs a tractor beam. And of course, there's no tractor beam here. Yeah, I should have known. And we'll get an LH86 just in case. And we will get some med bends. And then we'd have to go all the way up to the cargo deck now. Just set the settings to low. I mean, I don't think I need to. Look at my game's running fine. It's not the game, it's something else that happens with my computer that makes things stutter. Because this isn't how the game always runs. It's always Google Chrome. The thing is, I can't close Google Chrome because then I can't see anything. Fox! Let's try putting it at low and see what happens. Thank you for the sub, dude. Appreciate you, my man. 28 months. How full is the drive? The drive is pretty full, and that could be why. I only have like 80 gigabytes left on the drive. All right, well, there goes the game. I guess setting it to low was helpful. God damn it, Star Citizen. Something went wrong while playing. Yeah, it's called I was succeeding at something. Okay. Starting over. Another attempt. Looks like hitting up when loading new areas. This size should be fine. Looks like memory issues to me. Have you tried monitoring your RAM while plating? Yeah, my RAM gets pretty close. I was using 90% of my RAM just now. But I cannot afford new RAM, so that's not really in the question. I really hate RAM. I honestly, I think of every part of building a PC, RAM is the most annoying to me. I have so many sticks of RAM. Like, hold on. This is just what I could find just by going over there and just like walking into my computer. Here's all the RAM sticks that we have. This is not all of them. Sorry, it's not all of them. This is just some of them. This one's, it doesn't even say what this is. This is DDR5. I think this might be 16 gigs of DDR5. It's another 16 gigs of DDR5. So this is 32 gigabytes of DDR5 right now. But I can't use it with the other 32 gigabytes of DDR5 in my computer because they're different. They're the same timings. They just weren't manufactured at the same time. And whenever I ask people, hey, can I run, if it says all the same timings and it's the same company and the same brand and the same thing, can I use these sticks with these other sticks? And everyone's like, no, don't do that. Don't mix them. Okay. Here's 16 more gigs of DDR4 RAM. Another 16 gigs. No, this is 32 gigs of DDR4 RAM. But of course, you can't combine them because they're different sizes. They're different models. Cool. Great. Here's another 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM. But you can't combine it with anything else because, again, it's different sizes. It's just all a freaking waste. This is all because we had to build the computers in Turkey. And then I obviously had to take all the stuff away from the computers in Turkey. But, like, I can't even use them. Really pisses me off. I don't like the, like, how have we been doing this for what, 30, 40, 50 years and it's still that. I know everybody who's building PCs 20 years ago is like, why are you complaining? It's so easy. I'm not saying that, like, it's a nitpick for sure. But I find it annoying because it feels like not being able to change the battery on my smartphone because they said so. Figure it out. And you touch them with bare hands. Well, I mean, I don't have... these look like... Don't these look like human hands to you guys? I only touch them with these ones. Are you a millionaire? No! Half that RAM's like 2 years old. Okay. I highly doubt Brits is still here, but we'll see. You can mix sizes, but they need to be the same speed. See, now, other people told me I can't do that. I have the same speeds and timings, but people were like, don't do it. That's terrible for the RAM. It doesn't work. It's gonna break. I'm like, okay. And then, you know, I start having computer problems. What's the first thing that you do? You go to the place where everybody said it was going to ruin your computer and you take the RAM out. Not really sure if that was the problem, but hard to judge. The RAM stuff's only a new issue. It's easier as a whole to build a PC today than it used to be. Yeah, definitely. I mean, notice that much at least. Yeah, I guess I must just be using up all my RAM. Honestly, I'd rather deal with whatever problems I get from bad timings than this. This is not really sustainable, is it? I don't know what's going on with my computer, man. You can set them to the same speed and timing. Listen, this is what I thought. I love that I'm hearing it from you guys. But I was yelled at to no end that you can't use any RAM besides the RAM that comes in the package with itself. Is there like a source where I can go to get the divine gospel? Is there 10 commandments of RAM? Maybe. How much RAM do you have? I have 32 gigs right now. No, everything's crashing on my Stream Deck just crashed. Wait, is it my freaking Stream Deck? The computer just started running better. It's working now. See, how is one supposed to know that? Oh, okay. Now it's not working. 32 gigs should be enough. I agree. I couldn't tell you what's going on with my computer. In fact, we had somebody whose job it is to tell us what's going on with the computer come over, and he couldn't tell us what was going on in the computer. We actually bricked the motherboard. So I don't know. I'm just gonna come try to keep playing. Guess I could try restarting my computer again. Whatever. It'll be the second restart this stream. I'm not sure what's going. It's not just the game that's lagging like this. My other computer, you guys can't see it off the screen. I can't move between the tabs on chat. This is me trying to move this window around. Like, you can see all of my stats here, my performance stats. My RAM's getting quite a bit of usage, but like, it's not my CPU. Doesn't appear to me I don't know, my GPU is saying 0 load. That's not right. That just seems like bad software. What do you mean 0 load? AMD Radeon graphics. Wait, what? Whoa, hold the phone, dude. What? Baby, what you doing? What are you doing? It's running on my motherboard graphics. On my CPU. How is that? That's why it was screen tearing. Oh my god, dude. Why is it using my CPU for graphics? That's insane. Hold on. on my wrong GPU. How could I be on my wrong GPU? It can only use the GPU that's plugged into the PCIe port. I don't know why it would prefer the CPU over the graphics card. Let me see. Hello. Hold on a second, guys. Yeah, it's not even seeing my GPU. That's pretty wild. Why would that happen? That's never happened before. What? No, there's nothing. There's nothing. No. I need a computer pro. Why would my computer... Yeah, am I gonna have to go to the BIOS? The only problem here would be my GPU's not seated correctly, right? No, I've never selected my CPU's graphics. This is... I edit videos on this computer. I could not make a living running on just a CPU here. Every day... Yes, my HDMI is plugged in. Yeah, my HDMI is plugged in. Let me think. Oh, there's too much to think of. If it's not detecting my GPU, it's running on my CPU. The GPU is alive. The GPU is definitely working. I can see it running down there. Let me... Yeah, it's powered. It is plugged in. Okay. You're right, the drop down does let me off. That's good to know. So my GPU is running. It wasn't missing, it was just the software was defaulting to the CPU graphics instead of the GPU. That's helpful. Okay, so that's not the obvious problem we thought it was. Which means there's something else going on. I'm going to simultaneously try to keep playing while we figure this out. Last time you were moving cables around, if you plug your HDMI into the motherboard by accident, it will run off your CPU and not GPU. I know because I've done it. That's interesting. I did not know that, but I didn't move anything around this morning. I use this computer every day. You would advise against having the NZXT app running at all? I just turn it on when I'm trying to see the performance. Thank you, Dash. Maybe update the drivers. Yeah, maybe I'll update the drivers. That's probably it. Did NVIDIA put out a driver update? Maybe that is it. Okay. I'm going to, I think, switch back to the old capture card. I've lost everything, man. I can't see shit. Still nothing? Nope. Okay, I have plugged in the old capture card. Let's see if this works. There we go. Man, how come every time I pick up Elgato stuff, dude? Every time I use Elgato stuff, it's... My God, man. Disappointing that we threw away the box for that. Mrs. Tomato, we might have to, I don't know, I'll have to experiment with the capture card, but... Alright. Got some gear, finally. I'm gonna get a backpack. And then we'll try this one more time. Just realized I haven't had sound the whole time. On an unrelated note, if you liked Satisfactory, a game called Star Rupture just went into early access on Steam. Very similar, but with different environmental challenges. I like the sound of Star Rupture. It actually looks... It doesn't have as nice a building system as Satisfactory from what I've seen. But, it's not as logistics focused. But it does seem a little bit more balanced. I'm interested in it. Okay. One more try. It does make me ponder the question: Is it just useless in today's gaming world to try and play with other random people, to try and like reach out into the verse, into the community, and just get people to crew up with you? Is that just not going to happen? Or would it get better if they did add better social tools? Because some people will tell you that there's no point in CIG adding social tools to the game. That it's not really going to make that big of a difference to most people. Somebody actually told me, I kid you not, they said the only people that social tools will mostly affect are pirates. In Arc Raiders, it's super common to go with randos, either part queue or solo queue. You think it would be better? People do it all the time. Lurch, you think no? You don't think it'll get more social? You've helped with cargo sometimes. You mean it's boring, but if it pays well. You were playing Ashes recently and had no problem playing with others. You think CIG needs to incentivize it better and give us better tools for grouping and sharing? Yeah, the tools. That's what I'm talking about. Alrighty, let's see. Zane is saying send a friend request. I can't. Again, social tools. I can't even scroll through the whole friends list. Dude, I'm sorry. I'm starting to get actually offended by the people who are trying to say that social tools aren't something that CIG should work on. We can't even scroll to the bottom of the friends list, dude. That's crazy. And people are like, nah, use Discord. Sure. You'd love to be able to just whisper your friends without having to group up with those knuckleheads. Just like shoot them a message. You don't understand why it's taken this long to get real social tools in an MMO? Oh, we could go down that rabbit hole. Mr. Chip, thank you for the bits, dude. The Nvidia app finally opened. Alright, Spectrum. I'm not logged in. Dude, I'm gonna have to like re-verify my account on the Spectrum on the website before I can add him. Just sent. He said he just sent a friend request. I didn't get it. Okay, let's try it this way. No, don't send me money. Don't send me money. No. God dang it. You're gonna have to find somewhere to send this money to. Send it to the org bank? Oh, yeah, I guess I could. Honestly, I would, Brig, but unfortunately, you were the only person who really used the org bank. It's been It at this point, it's yeah. Even Arc Raiders has shown people can and want to play together. You like the universe, but have no intention of being a part of any group. But see, as a solo player, like, think about it this way. If you existed in real life in your city, right? And all of the people who wanted to be grouped up in that city were trying to do so, but you were, you know, just going about your everyday life doing your own thing, wouldn't it still suck if you couldn't, say, communicate with the person checking you out at the grocery store, or signal to the person at the stop sign that, like, they can go before you, or cussing out the person who cut you off on the highway? Like, we still, even if we're completely solo, entirely cut off from the rest of the world, we still have to be able to communicate with people. You have to get your power, your water, your food from somewhere. Want to start solo and organically find a crew like Anna Isaki. Same. You were watching a first timer play Star Citizen live on YouTube. Some bozo came in and dropped 2 billion on his first day. Maybe just you, but that's still going to ruin the early game for a noob. I think it's, yeah, I think for a new player, it's going to take away almost any reason to play, because there's really not much reason to play just yet progression wise. SC needs its own Discord type communication system. It has one. It's called Spectrum. It's literally why they made Spectrum. Okay, I'm just trying to log in on this other account so I can maybe see the friends list that, you know, should be in the game, but that's fine, right? It doesn't need to be in the game. We have Discord. You guys see how bitter I am about this? Spectrum is my master modes. We'll say that. Or no, Spectrum is my exploration gameplay. That feels more fitting. Okay. Friend requests. I don't have a friend request from him. You've been with the game since 2013, and not a thing in this game has you interested to interact with PCs. Don't get you wrong, you like the hustle and bustle of the PCs, but gameplay-wise, they don't add diddly squad. You mean the player characters? Like other people? puzzle solving gameplay. No kidding, dude. Yeah, I feel like if you don't care for the player characters. Some people might never use these social services in their normal gameplay. You want to be able to message and call people you're friends with in-game and send them a picture or something. Doesn't need everything Discord has. Just better than the current friends list. Yeah. Doesn't have to be Discord. Alright. Anybody else looking to crew up in Port Tressler? I think this is, if anything, this just shows how much we need a little bit better of a service like this. Looking for group would be great, but I also think just being able to split out the chat tabs. We're talking with everybody in 3 different star systems. If you could just chat with people who are only in Port Tressler's or in Microtech's local planetary system, that'd probably be way better. Imagine a nice VoIP2, which would also echo and muffle in environments. Oh, dude. All right. Did we get a hit? Local, planetary, star system, universe. Local would be like what, the space station or area you're at? Fiorian. I'm not going to be able to see that. Let's see if I could just add him on Spectrum. Fiorian. We got a hit! We got our first actual gameplay, possibly. Let's go! Yay! Progress, everybody. Please clap. I'm definitely going to try and combine the... So anybody in chat who is disagreeing with the folks who are saying I can combine my RAM if it's at the same timing? Because, like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go back and do it. I'm going back to the dark side. It might break things, whatever. My RAM is a pain. Can't wait for when they finally release the social tools in SC and seeing a tear come to your eyes. I will repent, dude. I'll be on the floor. You've been a long-time player of EVE Online, and it's a case study of what goes wrong with a game that's two-player driven. Everything you hear from CIG on the matter is that they want to copy that environment. I don't think the game is big enough for that. Do you think the game could be big enough? I also don't want it to be all player run economy stuff. I do think that aspect can make it exciting, though. All right, so we've got him in our friends list, but we need to add him to the party here. What's the worst thing that can happen? I'm going to choose to use Astro Monkey's next message as a reply to that. He said master modes, which I think is hilarious. Depends on the manufacturer and motherboard compatibility. Well, the manufacturer is Crucial. Corsair. think the motherboard is a motherboard is a B650 AMD Ryzen Tomahawk with Wi-Fi. The RAM is Corsair DDR5. I think 6,000 megahertz. Sorry, not Corsair. Crucial. 5,600 megahertz. CL46. Wait, who said... Are you not supposed to hold RAM with your bare hands? Somebody said that I was acting like that was a weird thing to do. What do you grab your RAM with? You put gloves on every time? You one of them glove boys? No shade. It's okay to be a glove boy. Oh, wow. He's out there. Dude, where is he? He's all the way over at Crusader. We gonna have a minute. Don't touch the gold tips. Well, yeah. Yeah, I mean... Definitely don't touch the electrical parts. But, like... I feel like everybody makes their computer components with the thought that you're gonna have to touch them with your hands at some point. Did anyone get Tomato a meta quest yet? No. No, I'll put that on my wish list. Who knows? Maybe Facebook will be willing to send one out. I probably shouldn't set my spawn here.
No, can't do anything to improve your health.
Even if they gave you 10,000% in-game greatness with VoIP and 98% better chat, you still would not use it. Discord is just the better way as long as people timestamp everything. Okay. Oils on your fingers can degrade the connection, but it takes a long time. Yeah, don't ever touch sensitive computer components with your hands, for sure. You're partly joking. They told you to avoid static discharge when handling components. Your joke was on those RAM 6 being so expensive. I see. Yeah, NECA got your joke. I did not. I'm dumb. But yeah, the static discharge thing, I remember when I built my first PC, I was so terrified of the static discharge. 10 PCs later, I don't really think that much about it. I mean, obviously you take your precautions, but... I will avoid those gold contacts, though, guys. And I'll think of you when I do.
Tomato will be with you shortly.
Promises and kisses in chat. Sub! Mr. Subby Bet Subliminal. Give him the chat, folks. Let him have it. Here. Let us. Where is he? Yeah. My dude. Thank you. Thank you for bringing in your folks, your rabble, your joyous, lovely individuals, the beautiful chatters of Subliminal's chat. You're not rabble. You're wonderful. I'm sorry, that was rude. Welcome in. We're doing probably one of the more high octane dopamine inducing streams here. It's pretty insane. I couldn't even see that the raid actually happened because I've been so enthralled with the gameplay. But right now we are currently waiting for somebody to pick us up. I know, high tension. Before we get started on our... Is he coming here? I don't think he knew that part. We are currently doing a 0 to hero no ship gameplay run, and it is rough to say the least so far, but that's been pretty par for the course with trying to do anything really multiplayer in Star Citizen when it's not the people that you already know. Working on it. but I'm not sure if we're actually going to be able to get any gameplay in today. Thanks for the raid, though, dude. How was the stream? How are you guys doing? Playing some Star Citizen? You would 100% use in-game VoIP if it worked correctly and could block specific people. Yeah, man. If in-game voice gives me some kind of a benefit over using something outside of game, I'm going to use it. I don't... I don't really understand the angle of purposefully not using it if it does offer a benefit. It's very possible that, like, if you use VoIP when you're talking to your friends in the game as opposed to on Discord, I don't know, they do something to make it more beneficial to you. Walk around and pick empty bottles for lunch money. If they paid me, I would. Haven't been able to play SC for 2 weeks. Did they patch the 30Ks? You assume the broken quest will no longer take longer to fix. I haven't had one today. Did have one a few days ago though. Not having to run a separate program is a benefit alone. It's also I think it'll be nice if you can, like, if you're voice chatting with somebody and you have a text chat with them, you can link stuff in the text chat. Like if you can send money and stuff to your friends using Spectrum or even locations, and then you'd be able to use that outside of game. That could be their way of saying you can trade items in game while not using the game by just using the Spectrum website or something. While I love our Discord, I'd love being able to do most org business in game. I don't get the resistance to social tools. If you don't want to be social, you can just ignore them. A lot of people say it's a waste of time. Why would they work on social tools when Discord exists is the response I get from many folks. Proximity chat's been really nice for you when it works. First time you were hailed by a random person was pretty interesting. I love it, dude. Actually getting to talk to people in the game is pretty cool. And I'm not a multiplayer kind of person. Although I guess I have to stop saying that soon because I'm... No, I definitely still prefer solo gameplay over multiplayer. Discord is also about to IPO. Like, you can say all you want that CIG shouldn't work on their own version because Discord has us all covered, but they're going public, bro. And who knows what the heck their priorities are going to be at that point. I think the best case scenario would probably be if CIG got the Discord SDK, which they've released, which allows people to create their own VoIP service within the game using Discord's backend. But again, they're going to IPO. What the heck is going to happen to this company in the next few years? Can we guarantee that Discord's messaging service is going to be able to handle some extra thing that Star Citizen wants to do in 2 years, even though Discord is more concerned with getting as many people as possible rather than looking at just gamers? You hope they belly up? No, that's... I disagree, and you can hope that. Losing a company is never a good thing. Getting somebody in charge of a company that can turn it into something that's better. I don't know how it would happen. Maybe it does have to belly up for that to be a possibility, but I do definitely think... See here? I do definitely think that if we lost Discord, like, we're losing things. We're losing websites and cameras and services and stuff. Oh, camera's lagging. Thank you. And I don't know if we're going to get them back, man. People keep saying that YouTube needs to die. Are we sure that we're going to be able to get something like YouTube again anytime soon if YouTube died? Powerful people are trying so much more to control all of these apps and the communication within them and stuff that it certainly feels like we're at a point where if these things do die, what replaces them is not going to be better. Not for us, at least. Not in our interests. On approach! Let's go! Oh, stock market's on the AI frenzy tech. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Is Discord going to start trying to do a whole bunch of AI stuff? Discord's just a communication platform first and foremost. Well, it's been what? 12 years and they still haven't added a calendar. I think they've made it pretty clear they don't want to be the end all for organizing stuff. Vimeo? Yeah, Vimeo is an interesting choice. FPS combat would be different. Dude, imagine if we had 100% reliable VoIP. The sandbox activities and locations that pop up in this game would be so much different. If we're all smart enough, we would set the precedent that everybody has their microphone on, and if you don't have a microphone on, if you don't respond to people when you're in a place like that, then you're going to end up probably getting shot. Now, I'm not saying that people who don't have microphones shouldn't get shot, but I am saying that it is a standard that gets people to use the services that need to be used more. I'm sorry if you don't have a microphone. You could potentially put out like a text notification to everybody in local chat. But I do think that once, like, things only really get noticed if they get adopted more. And it's not going to get adopted more until it works. What the heck's going on, man? Just let me out of this elevator, please. Toes. Thank God. I don't understand what's going on with my freaking computer. I'm so tired of... I don't have a bad computer. I can't say I'm tired of having a computer like this. This computer is great. I'm just tired. I'm just tired of playing a game that doesn't treat it like it should. Respect my computer. Mutes and language barriers exist. That is a thing. It is an unfortunate thing too, but I think, like, there will be some edge cases that get caught in that kind of situation. But like, some people literally can't even type words that people would understand in chat fast enough to be stopped. Like, those types of things are going to lead to issues and frustrations. But we've got to get some adoption of the tools that are available to us. We've got to get some kind of an ethos in Star Citizen for how to act. When starting from 0 to hero, did you rent this ship? This is not my ship. What the heck's going on? TeamSpeak is great, but you got to get people to use TeamSpeak. It was the same problem we had with Gilded. Good emotes can definitely help with language barriers, you're right. Easier emotes in this game would probably help. Dude, it's basically not playable. I can't do anything. Yeah, it's probably my NVIDIA drivers. I guess let me try updating the driver.
Do not be a sad tomato.
I liked TeamSpeak just because it was an alternative. There's nothing any particular that draws me to TeamSpeak. My favorite platform was Gilded, but it was really hard to get people over to that place, and obviously once Roblox bought it, it was a done deal. I actually started with TeamSpeak before Discord too, I think, in this game. Back when it was like it was that early 2000s looking interface. All right, installing the drivers. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Guild was solid, left because of Roblox. Yeah, dude. They had such a great idea. I think it's just hard to compete with Discord with an entrenched incumbent. You don't have a problem using voice chat, you just don't like approaching people with the ulterior motive that you need something from them. Whether it's help or putting a group together. Casual talk while passing by at a station doesn't bother you, for example, if someone asks you, hey, is your cargo elevator working? I get you. Lot of things to say without asking for stuff. Just messing with people sounds like a good time. Hey man, nice shoes you got there. Where'd you get them? I'm not wearing shoes, I'm wearing armor. Oh, okay, bye. Just little things like that. You've never heard of Gilded? It was cool. Gilded was like Discord, but it had all the things that Discord just refused to add that you would need for a guild or an org. It had integrated calendars, and not just a calendar for your server. You could create different calendars. So, you know how in Discord you have categories and you have channels? In Gilded, you could have channels, you could have categories, and then you could have groups. So, for our Star Citizen organization, for instance, we had the general group, which was like your general chat, voice chats, calendar, all that stuff. We had an industry group where all the industrial stuff would happen, chats and voice chats and calendar and all that stuff. We had a science group and a security group, and you could basically spend all your time in one group compared to the others. That was really nice. So what you could do then is you could have a calendar in each group, and anything that you scheduled for any calendar could be shared to other channels, to other calendars. You could reference it anywhere. You could tag it inside of a chat. It was really, really nice. And, all right, I'm just going to restart my gaming computer. And then on top of that, you would have nested voice comms, which is really nice. So you would have your normal voice chat just like Discord, but instead of everybody being in the same room, you could have 4 people in a room together, and those 4 people would actually be the head of their own groups. So you could have 4 squads of 6, and then the 4 leaders of those squads of 6 could all be in communication without the other people in their squad hearing them. And you just press a button, and suddenly you're talking to your squad. And that's... You can't play games like this without that kind of functionality. How many people have run an event where you have somebody doing mining, somebody else doing combat, somebody's hauling boxes, somebody else is falling out of their chair, and instead of just not hearing everyone, you have to drag everyone to different voice channels manually? I'm blown away that Discord hasn't added that kind of functionality, but that was a huge part of Gilded being a good service. The groups were also really good. Being able to link and tag everything across the whole server, including events, was just so nice. They had this really nice thing too where you could actually put your availability throughout the week, like a Gantt chart for any member to put what hours they'd be available, so you could see where most of your group would be able to play, where the best time to schedule an event would be. You could just click on the place where all of their bars lined up and it would schedule an event right there, and then you could share that to other calendars. Gilded was sick. And no, I'm not sponsored by Gilded. I did partner with them early on because I liked what they were doing. They sent a shirt, which was super comfortable. But we dropped off with them after they were brought by Roblox. It wasn't gonna vibe. It was weird. Everybody had to get a Roblox account to use Gilded. You imagine if you had to download an Epic account or something in order to use Discord? It just doesn't slide. So we backed out. We went back with Discord, but I miss it, dude, because Discord is far too simple. Love that tea. It's so good. It still holds up. It's like 4 years old and it's still just super soft. Space Tomato. Email address at gmail.com. Hey, look, we gotta authenticate again. Big ol' surprise. Not like we didn't just authenticate for a year, right? You got a question about 2PC streaming? What's up? Hit me, Unbeckable. Dude, this song is so sick. I freaking love this song. I think I used this in the most recent supporter exclusive, and I was vibing so hard to it. I couldn't even get the video done. Reminds you of Hell Drivers needing to... Oh, yeah, the PlayStation account. I remember that. A comfy shirt is not nothing. I mean, they could have kept selling comfy shirts. Probably would have made more than the Roblox deal. No, probably not. No, I'm not using the Razer thing. I did see you mention that though, and I will. I'll check it out. Thank you for the suggestion. What's the best way to connect gaming PC to a streaming PC? I mean, generally it's a capture card. You can do it wirelessly. I'm thinking you're talking about. I'm thinking you're talking about video, right? Getting video from one PC to another. Razer Boost Mode. It's a software that optimizes your RAM, sounds like. Alright, let me try and join on this guy. And see if we can get contact with him again. Looks like it's not. I can't join him. All right. Maybe it'll put me in the same shard. He just had to relaunch. Oh, he's an org mate of yours? What the frick are the chances of that? What's up, not Al Capone? How's Mrs. Tomato doing? If she has what you're almost over with, it sucks bad. She's doing better today. She's feeling better. On the up and up. Mending on the trend, as one might say. The capture card will connect via USB to your streaming PC. Your gaming PC will have an HDMI output that goes into your capture card. Please don't drop me into space. Helldivers released a custom cape that showed the Steam reviews chart before and after the PSN debacle. Oh, were the Helldiver devs not happy about it? Okay, let's see if your boy is still in this server. Can you not just DM people? Dude, that's right, you can't. So I'll just try to add him to a party and see if he joins. The Helldivers devs showed balls going public about it all. These big publishers are bullies, man. This is the current patch, right? Can't believe I just saw a whole corridor not render in. I think it might be because I'm still optimizing shaders. I'm not sure. It takes forever. Sony and Microsoft have really made themselves a lot more enemies lately, huh? So, I don't think our friend is jumping back in with us here. Somebody please just take my services. I just want to make enough money to rent a ship. Once we rent a ship, we're done with this, dude. I'm done with this. I don't want to do this again. Not until CIG adds some kind of social tools. I'm not going to try a zero to hero like this anymore. It's such a waste of time. It might be interesting if I teamed up with people I know, but then that kind of kills the whole point of needing to group up with folks to make the money. Just get my own ship. The enemy is Nvidia. You really don't like them becoming Apple. Yeah, Nvidia's not doing great stuff either. As Benefit Man said, really, just tech in general is chasing a trend that's not focused on consumer well-being, and that becomes more and more obvious every single month as all of the things that they try to do in the name of that chase are also not consumer well-being focused. We as the people have the power to basically collapse these companies, but to concert that much effort to centralize that much annoyance into something that's actionable. I think if we as general people can figure out how to do that, that will change human history. That'll probably be one of the biggest changes to human history we could ever have. And we were probably getting close with social media. Likely why they're trying to ruin social media, right? You make it worse, you make it easier to monitor, you make it not as fun to use, you make it more controlled by the people in power, and then people can't get together and create an actual pushback against tech companies that are clearly don't care about us. They never were focused on consumer well-being. Yeah, but there you got to admit, dude, there was a much better attempt at splitting the benefactors than there is now. You think Asus is going to help even just a little with RAM prices? I think I'm not very likely to trust Asus RAM right away. Could start in Pyro. Do some of the in-station delivery contracts. They don't pay much, but easy work. That's true. That's true. I could just do that. Oh, Fioren's back. Cool. You like this conversation from the little you've heard? Who doesn't like raging against tech companies and billionaires every once in a while? They're kind of annoying. I used to be such a big Google stan. Oh my god, dude, I was so big on Google. Let's see, if he added me to the party, I should be able to get to his hangar. No. I did accept his party invite, right? Yeah. Doesn't tell me where he is, though. That would be a nice change. Maybe. Oh, we might be on a different server. That's a good call. Now that I'm in his party, I can actually join in his server. There we go. The only way to hurt the tech company is to not buy tech. And sorry, I just spent $2,400 at Newegg on new parts for your new PC. Look, there are two ways to go after tech companies. There might be more. I mean, there's always the violent way, but we're not talking about that today. There are two ways to go after the tech companies. One is to hit them in their wallets. The other is to hit them in their guidelines. And I think anybody who's really business focused hates both those things. They hate both less profit and more regulation. So I don't see. The only way I can see it is either we just stop buying stuff, which is kind of hard, or we get people into positions where they can actually crack down on these companies, which is probably harder. That's the thing that sucks. The companies are all gathered around one crucial goal, and that is money. But us, we want all kinds of things. How do you galvanize that? It's Johnny Silverhand. Oh my god. Yeah, I wish more people hired in the game too. We'll get there. Nobody knows the starting game. A truer sentence could not be said. What is the early game for Star Citizen? Carrying some boxes around, doing a mercenary mission, flying out to random places. Okay, now that I'm actually in this game with this guy. Oh, he's all the way on the other side of the system again. How are prices for hiring decided? Basically, whoever's hiring, I think, gets to decide them. Okay, I'm going to cheat. Because this is just ridiculous. I'm going to fly to him. Everyone just tells you to backspace. Is that you in chat? He just said we're waiting for somebody from his org. Is that whoever was in chat?
Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Riding along with your buddy. As your buddy took you to all these FPS missions way above your pay grade. Then you finally got your first in-game ship and learning to take off and land. I think that's a fun way to do it too. Like riding along with your buddy and taking on some missions, but CIG needs to have ways to force players to still experience the starting experience some ways. I don't know if the PvP bounties are working. With the PC hardware tech all chasing the easy money of subscribed services and seeking the demise of the home computer enthusiast by hook or by crook, complain away. I guess there is a third possibility. Money, regulation. We could also hope that capitalism has its wonderful way and some new companies enter the space and replace the ones that are leaving the space, but I think the problem there is we've not allowed capitalism to work correctly. We've just protected. We've protected all of the companies that were at the top, that were making the most specialized equipment, that were getting all the most important patents, that were collecting the best intelligence. And now they could just do what they want with that stuff. So there's a huge amount of catch-up that another company has to do to match up to Micron or TSMC, Nvidia, Qualcomm. But I would hope that somebody can come in and start picking up that. I know people are talking about Asus doing it. That'd be cool. You have the salvation, but you disposed of the shields, weapons, quantum drive, got rid of all the money and armor. Really fun starting to fresh, but you still need a ship in the current game, really. You do. You do, Avocado. How far did you get? When things work right, we don't even notice capitalism. When there's a single problem, we see the massive flaws. There's almost no middle ground. Yeah, well, you know, maybe we could just move on to a new system. Maybe we could try something else, huh? Just a little bit. Just a little. Just a tiny. But as soon as you talk about possibly trying something else... oh my god. It's like with Star Citizen. Everybody loses their minds because Star Citizen is funding itself in some way that other games aren't doing. And so they're like, oh, it must be a scam. It's doing things differently. It hasn't come out. It's not working immediately. Therefore, we shouldn't do it. Like, give it a moment. The music mixing with SC is rough to listen to. I mean, like the game sounds too loud? Or is the music too loud? Biggest problem with capitalism is we have all gotten spoiled. Yeah, I want my hot chocolate now. We have gotten spoiled. I'm spoiled, dude. I want stuff real quick. I realize when like I order something and it doesn't arrive at my house in like 4 or 5 days, I'm like, did something go wrong? Did they lose the package? Funny enough, I did that last month and it was the case. Something had gone wrong with the order. But that's just, you know, keep up with your work. Oh look, my game is glitching out. Sending half the salvage profits away to make it even harder. Salvaging components, couldn't jump to different systems, didn't take long, but it was fun with the challenges. Couldn't board deserted shits because you didn't own a spacesuit, stuff like that. Okay. So just making up some custom rules for any given run. Interesting idea. Distroy said gamers are the most spoiled. Distroy? Dude, gamers are oppressed, bullied, and absolutely not left to their own whims. Stand up. Rise up, even. Don't just stand, dude. Float off the ground. For the sake of your beliefs. You're all for self-published games. You don't have to buy $1,000 ship to enjoy the game. Don't care if anybody is willing to help at that cost. That's cool for the development. Imagine if a game like Spore took the same model as Star Citizen. I don't know how they could. I don't know what they would sell. Like, let's not get too deep into it. Don't think too hard. But imagine if a game like Spore could do crowdfunding like this. Oh my god, like that game would have become a world-changing, just a mainstay for sure. The stuff that would have come out of a 10-year developed Spore would have been crazy. Alright, if they haven't left yet, which they have not, I'm gonna go ahead and make my way that way. As if, like, look at me thinking that toes. I could play this game without flying a ship. This game does not have the systems to support somebody playing without a ship. All this lag and I don't even have my Chrome tabs open yet. There's nothing running on my computer. It's just Star Citizen. And it's running like this. Have you identified the performance issues? No. It looks like it might be my GPU. The only thing right now that's hurting is my GPU. It's a 97% load. To be quite honest, I don't know what else I could do. 3080 Ti, man. Shouldn't be running that hard. I will set all of my graphic settings to low. Hopefully it doesn't crash my computer again. This is the computer I always play on. Toes. Yeah, capturing, I think changing the capture card helped, it seems. Which means, like, was the problem the capture card? I don't know. Was it the capture card's connection? Gonna have to do a whole biopsy to try and figure out. Biopsy? Johnny Macaroni, thank you for the sub, dude. I'm sorry I missed you there. I didn't have all of my chat windows up because this stuff's not been working all day. I appreciate you, though. 15 months. Johnny's been supporting the stream here. Folks, we try our hardest to make Star Citizen easy to understand, easy to get caught up with, to try and jump in and get deep into Star Citizen because there's so much information and it's hard to find. Our goal has always been to add some context and more information to what's going on with Star Citizen. Thank you, subscribers, supporters, anybody who does support this and helps. It wouldn't be possible without you. This is our family income, and if you guys weren't here, obviously we wouldn't be doing it. So thank you, appreciate you. Eric's, you as well. Thanks for the Prime sub, man. Much love. I hope you're having a wonderful week. High GPU usage isn't a bad thing. No, but I don't see anything else being highly used, so I don't know what else it could be. Like everything else I have is under 90% usage, which isn't incredibly low, but my GPU is at 100. Even though I changed the graphics settings, look at that. Unallocated resources are wasted resources. Let them relax a little bit. You're the kind of person that sees somebody taking a water break and says, get back to work. Work hours aren't for resting, buddy boy. Yeah, consumers have to be savvy. There are always quote-unquote hacks, right? There are always little things you can do to get around the easiest and most mainstream option. It's just a matter of how many people are willing to do those things. Generally, it's not enough to make a dip big enough for companies to care, but it could. CPU and system is not necessarily light. My CPU is at 80% load and my RAM is at 84%. Check for a RAM spike when you enter quantum. Okay. I am getting plenty good frames. We're at 90 plus FPS right now. Looks like I'm using about 15 gigs of RAM. You have 5 employees under you, no water on the clock. You don't even let them see water, do you? You guys can't even think about that wet goodness. Yeah, I'm playing on my OS drive. Alright, we're at 15 gigs now. Let's see what happens when we come out of Quantum. Nah, still sticking around 15. Over 100 frames per second, though. I don't think I've ever seen that in this game. $15 gigs of RAM is high for you on SC? I'm also running a couple Chrome tabs. Probably makes a bit of a difference. Thank you very much. Mihai! Bro, Mihai is, deserves a couple claps. Can you guys cheer for him? God dang it. Thank you. Yeah, Mihai is the real one. I mean, we talked about him in the last stream, dude. Dropping 10 subs on the toes, gang. Thank you, my dude. What can I... Oh, man, what can I not say about Mihai? A me and a hi. Just a great lad, and he's got the toes. Okay. Okay. Toes, toes, toes. Toes, toes, toes. Thanks for the support, my dude. And thanks for running events at GII, being a part of the GII leadership team, the event leadership team. How's your January going? Yui! Hey, it's a Yui in the chat. Long time. Alright, we're down at 15 frames per second, no problem. Down to two frames per second, 2 seconds per frame. Should consider getting a dedicated SSD for my games. I did, and then I ran out of space because I have to store all the video production stuff. I just keep running out of space on hard drives, and it's hard to keep getting bigger ones. I may consider, maybe I can rebalance everything though and push everything off to my other hard drive. I have 3 SSDs. They just all get used for videos and pictures and thumbnails and project storage and editing things, and it's just a lot. 3080 Ti GPU. Came back from visiting family on Saturday evening, and you've been starting to get sick since Monday. You got that family sickness, huh? Been lurking since the start. Now I actually have time to listen. Hope you're having a good time. I don't know if I'd call it a good time. It's certainly been a time. A learning opportunity, we could say.
Landing complete.
Toes. There we go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You have 7 drives. Mechanical drives are good for documents and videos, pictures, music. Yeah, I've got HDD for a lot of my hard storage stuff, but everything else I edit off of, so I need them to be SSDs. No, servers aren't doing great, you could say. Your wife gave your whole family strep throat. Yeah. Oof. Plot twist, you gave your wife strep throat? No, dude, they just left. They're swinging back in. Should you get an Aurora before they release the Mark II so you can say you have the OG one? I don't think there's any reason not to get an Aurora if you don't have a ship already. I guess you can't get a game package for it anymore. Oh boy. Okay. Oh. Good God, get me out of here. All right. Now that we made it to a ship, we're going to celebrate. I'm whipping out Fola's lovely box of chocolates again. It's been making my life an absolute bliss this week. And I'm taking a celebratory chocolate because we actually made it somewhere. I didn't get much done, but you know what? Who cares? I get a participation trophy. Which one of these sounds yummy? This one sounds yummy. Mm-hmm. Can confirm that's yummy. Get some almonds in there. Definitely chocolate. Alright, we got one more. This one literally looks like a cocoa bean. Look. They modeled this chocolate to look like a bean. It's even gotten little lines of texture on it. Oh no! No! It's gone. I lost it. Not eating that one. Sorry, guys. Wrap it up. All is lost. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna go get it. Woo! Yummy! Quantum drive is bugged. That's good. We're doing well. Yeah, we definitely don't have cats or dogs. No, we clean our floor pretty regularly. We don't wear shoes in the house. So I trust my floor fairly well. Exactly, we have more of a one-day rule. One-day rule. You just find some cheese on the floor that you forgot about. You look at it a little bit. 1 week rule. No problem. I'm sure this has only been here for less than the amount of time needed for mold to grow, of course. We're off. We're on an adventure. We're going to adventure. No hair, and it's a fair rule. Yeah, I guess if you have no hair, is hair the main concern? I don't want no hair in my chocolate. Just skin cells. What's the problem? Just realized you were only subbed to Space Tomato 2. Oh, don't sub to that poser, dude. He keeps trying to take all of our viewers pretending to be Space Tomato. Putting out videos. Talking in the same way. Having the same background and room and stuff. Nah, man, don't trust him. I appreciate you looking out. He's been stealing a lot of subs lately. Is the door stuck? I was wondering what he was trying to do. Maybe if I get over here. There we go. We're free. Floor cheese is crunchy, huh? Toes. Massive space nerd. Space noid. Alright, I guess I'll take the front laser. I feel like I should not be on the front laser because I'm lagging too much. Boss Snake Eater. Boss Snake Eater. Hey, thanks for the Prime sub, my friend. You're a homie and a real one and a proper garden member. Possibly a cucumber, maybe some lettuce, potentially a broccoli. But definitely not an olive. Happy to have you with us. You getting 4.6 or 4.5.1 next? Depends. I could see them skipping a January patch and dropping 4.6 in February as the next update. But I also think a 4.5.1 would do a lot to help the game. I'm betting they want to do a follow-up patch to make things a little bit more stable. Key to remember, and something that they don't talk about too much right now with Star Citizen, is that the current experience in 4.5 is the first time in a year they have made updates to the actual game engine. So for the entirety of the year, they did not update the main branch because they knew it would introduce new instabilities and it would hurt the playability push that they were going for as they focused on funding in 2025. But now, in 2026, they're ready to get back to features, to pushing things forward. They're getting the Gen 12 renderer, Vulkan API, engineering coming in. They're preparing for crafting. So they have made a big change to the engine again, and that has reintroduced some instability. So their best bet is to probably release another update that focuses on patching that up, much like some of their other updates have that do that sort of thing that they've released. But they could also just hold off until 4.6 and do hot fixes till then. I'm not sure, but there should be something in January. Something small, at least. When do I think the next wipe will be? Not a clue about that. Weird. Wasn't recording. Hope the wipe happens soon. You lost your will to play, really, because it's kind of pointless. Oh. I should go get in a laser. Alright, he's in the left side. I'll go right side. Actually, I'll go middle. Yeah, I think the next wipe would be best saved for when crafting is in.
Systems activating. Systems on. Extraction mode on. Fracturing mode on. Extraction mode on. Mining mode on.
Whoa!
It's a little hot in here.
Man, the rest of the house is so cold. Lovely in here.
Nice and warm in here. How do I turn on mining mode? Just gotta check in with Mrs. Tomato. She's doing all right, folks. She's doing good. But my laser is not.
Systems activating. Systems on.
Alt plus left mouse button.
Fracturing mode on.
Dude, I don't know how to mine. There we go. That one's impossible. This one is medium. Fest tonight. Alright, so we should probably focus on the Becks first. And we got some Agricium. Guessing this will be probably Hephaestonite or Agricium as well. Oh, it's more Becks. Okay. Let's go ahead and crack the Becks rocks first. Now we can help them out with this. Is he gonna raise his power or me? I guess I'll raise my power. Can we crack this with 2 lasers? Wow, Bexel. I didn't realize Bexelite was so highly ranked. There we go. Avocado, what would you call peak hours for cargo hauling? Yeah, I joined a mole crew with randoms. Took a while. Holy crap, it took a while. But we are finally able to crack some rocks and make some money from this. I'm assuming he will change his power. But if he doesn't, I'll drop down. Let's see. Oh, he's just turning the laser off. Just throttle back. Just throttle. I'm going to throttle back, just in case. Okay, it looks like he did as well. I don't want to be the one, you know? Alrighty. That one... and this one, probably. I don't think that one over there has much going for us. But this is a one laser crack. Is the Rock Cracker a new ship or something else? It is a new sandbox activity. So it'll be a location where people can jump in and... Power critical. Okay, not here, right? Is he? Oh. Oops. The mole's side cabs are not airtight, but I'm actually not wearing a helmet right now. The middle cap is okay. Did I put the helmet back on? I thought I left it off. Maybe, oh, I probably put it back on when we got down here, you're right. I can't remember what's going on with my helmet, man. I'm just trying to make sure the game's still running. Oh, you're gonna need help with that, dude. Though this isn't just got copper in it. Whatever. I'm not I'm not picky, I just want to get paid for my work. But it's looking like we cannot quite crack this one. I can't scan any of these. Wait. Oh, yeah. That we should back away from that. Oh, no, don't. No, these still need to be cracked, but they're pretty small. These are really small copper deposits. Your wild prediction this year is Gray's Markets. Idris with the mining laser. Dude. Oh. Well, that was my stupid mistake. I just went in with full power right off the bat. I didn't realize it was fully powered. And I can't see the power level, so I don't know if it's gonna... Oh, okay, we're good. Giving it a little bit of time. But I'm gonna get it into the green zone just so that we can pop it when it is ready. Wait for that red zone to go down a little bit more. What the? Woo! Purifest tonight. Let's go. Good grab. Good pickup. Dude, 100% inert materials is such a nice thing to see. The mic arm makes it look like I have a thick, dark beard. I need to get one of those low-profile Elgato arms. I know I was just complaining about Elgato stuff, but they actually do have a pretty nice arm that I'll have come in here so it doesn't block the light on my face. Working on it. Working on that. A tassamite? A cetamite? Oh, a tassamite. Well, a tassamite's not necessarily the material, it's the name that they use for this type of deposit. So it doesn't really tell us what's actually in the rock, unless you know the names and what materials usually come in those types of rocks. I personally, I'm not the kind of person to ask, okay? You could ask me all you want about what the worst feature coming to Star Citizen in 2026 is, but what the heck does a tassamite mean? If I know. I know we're getting a ton of Hephaestonite from this rock. What's the worst feature coming in 2026 then? Exploration, of course.
Fracturing mode on.
The worst feature probably getting added into the game this year. I actually can't tell you that. I was wrong, I lied. It's hard to pick a worst feature because this game needs a lot of features. Setham, you hope the hygiene system never gets added though. Speak for yourself, dude. I like to shower. I'm not disgusting. Oh, you are speaking for yourself. Never mind. You're good. Yeah, the bugs that come with the features. There you go. Is it needed for the best space sim ever? No. But I mean, I think there's probably quite a few things that aren't needed for the best space sim ever. They're gonna turn it into Ark and make us need to poop. You're gonna need to poop! It's pooping time! No, we don't know exactly how they're going to do it. But there is a hygiene metric in this game, yeah. There's a wear and tear metric. Your body will go through wear and tear just like your armor in your ships.
Warning. Power critical.
Get that Bex.
Fracturing mode on.
Almost every feature is both long awaited and will severely impact stability. And will also piss people off. Almost every feature they add into the game from here on out is going to be something that somebody believes is not needed for the game, except maybe like social tools. But a lot of the features that are coming in are now the more advanced gameplay features, and a lot of folks are going to like some of them a lot, and dislike others a lot. Wear and tear sounds like a poop mechanic to you? That's what I say whenever I'm around my niece and she's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. And I'm like, oh, you got some wear and tear? No, don't say that, actually. Might be worth it for the joy of mocking the homie who poops themselves. Star Citizen is gonna have poop leaderboards. Whoever is the most clean in this game. I do think that the way it'll work is probably that everything hygiene related will have an effect on your hygiene level. It'll probably be just some number or some bar that can go up or down based on what's going on. And if you wash your hands somewhere, whether you're in an outpost or at a city or whatever, you'll get a little bit of hygiene given back. If you take a shower on your ship, you get a lot of hygiene taken back. If you don't change your clothes for a long time, it'll start to degrade because your armor and your clothes are getting more wear and tear. Like, I think there will be some ways to do it so it's not crazy, just pushing itself into every bit of gameplay, but it will be a thing. Hygiene minus 20 because you showered in a Drake. Well, yeah, I mean, you're on a Drake ship. Hygiene's not really in the question. What does it add for depth to the game? It adds a level of planning. So, for instance, one of the things I think of the most is in Starfield, there's a mission where you have to get off the street and go into this club to meet this person, this high-end business person. And in order to do that, you have to wear a certain outfit. This actually is a thing in Mass Effect 2. It's a thing in quite a few RPGs. The idea that you have to look a certain way to get into a certain venue, to talk to somebody, to get a certain mission, is all really cool. But almost every time it happens in a game, it's this canned thing where even if you didn't wear that stuff, you wouldn't be able to go take a mission. How cool would it be if there was some really famous mission giver or some politician or some celebrity that has an interesting mission that you could get, but if you show up and you look like crap, they don't give it to you. Or like you're not allowed inside of a venue because of what you're wearing. Or another thing I remembered was with Mass Effect Andromeda, there was a kingpin boss that you would walk up to and you would talk to, and I think they comment about your appearance. How much depth does it add to a game when you are aware that the NPCs you're working with can actually comment and decide whether to work with you or not based on how you treat your character? Whether they have existing injuries, whether you're wearing a helmet where there's atmosphere, whether you're not wearing clothes, or if you're just dirty. I think those things add depth to the game for sure. They don't make it a better space sim, and by all means, completely ignore it if you don't want to be a part of it. I'm sure it's not going to kill you if you have low hygiene. But I do think that there is a lot of opportunity to make the game a little bit more interesting when you include things like that. I mean, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 does it. And I think it works pretty well in that game too. Ship facility should be a portal to a character generator where we can do simple grooming. Like a barbershop. I want a barbershop in my hangar. Detected by an enemy and shot because you smell. That's an insult. Titanium. I can't even read that over there. It's too far away. Terranite. They look down on you if you arrive in a Drake ship. That makes sense. You like preparation, but survival or hygiene mechanics is something you have to manage. Wearing proper gear to deal with a hazardous environment is preparation. I mean, putting on hazardous gear is the same as putting on or taking a shower, right? You just go into a specific place and you press a button. It's just one more variable. But like I said, I don't think that this is going to be... Whoa. I don't think this is going to be something that you're going to have to... Like, if you don't like hygiene, I don't think you're going to have to use it. I think you could just ignore it. It probably isn't going to be something that affects everything in the game. It'll just hear some comments about how you smell or something, and the more hoity-toity NPCs might be a bit of a bit. I don't think it'll be as intense as needing to eat per se.
Extraction mode on.
Would you agree that giving players options is a good game design, like toggles for things like hygiene? No. Rather than toggling it, I think it should just be something that focuses on buffs. Like if somebody does not want to focus on hygiene, don't impact most of their gameplay. I could go either way though. I could see the game without hygiene. I'm not the kind of person that needs it in the game. It's not a hill I'm going to die on. I could just see how it would build a little more depth into it. Definitely not the kind of feature that I'm stuck on for this game. You think that thirst and hunger is non-existent and basically pointless? I think so too, but I also think that we are, like, that's just because we're still at this point in the game's development. To be honest, if I were in their position, I would keep food and drink specifically pointless right now. Think about it. If you made food and drink actually matter that much in the game, then people would care more about having food and drink on them all the time. And what's the number one problem with this game right now? Persistence. You can't reliably get into the game and know that the ship you used last time is the ship you're going to use this time, and so you're not going to go and store food on the ship. It'd be really dumb if CIG tried to put any form of importance on something that couldn't even persist longer than you need for the game mechanic. Like, cargo is one thing because you're shipping cargo, you're taking it on and off the ship, but if you're putting food on the ship, you kind of want it to be there for a while. Whenever that persistence does start working and we are living on our ships and the kitchens do make a difference because more complex foods gives you better buffs, I think we'll feel differently about it. It doesn't really add anything which creates value for the game. I mean, that's your opinion. I think other people have different opinions, but that's fair. You like games that use thirst and hunger as buffs to enhance your character automated? Fairly common kind of thing. You think if you look at any of these systems on their own, they don't make much sense. You have to look at them as a collection and judge whether they add to immersion and fun, like supplying the ship. It's certainly a sort of... It's why I think it's probably hard to judge, too. Hard to know whether or not these systems work until we can actually see them functioning together in the live build. If food and drink add buffs, that makes it mandatory. You want it to be about sheer benefit, not about managing meters to not die. I feel you. That's the kind of game you're looking for. Which one was this? Was it that one that we were doing? With the Terranite? Guess we're just going for the Terranite. Certain food already gives you buffs. If you didn't know, there are some foods that'll give you buffs over other foods in the game. It's really elementary system still. If getting said food was not a week or month-long process. You have to learn the actual dish and cook it yourself. MMORPGs have buffs gained from food. If you don't have food, you get complaints about not playing as good as you can, being a liability. But that's a social problem. That's not a that's not a design problem, in my opinion. That's like players need to get over the fact that not everyone's going to be the maximum level of efficiency at everything in the game. I feel like that's the point. That actually kind of scares me from getting super involved in the MMO field, because it feels like whenever I talk to people about MMOs, a lot of the discussion is around community members that are just obsessed with everyone being the absolute best at everything, having the best stuff, not having things you don't want to do so other people can take over from you. Boring way to live. This ain't working. No ship start? How? I just couldn't fly a ship. Had to find somebody else to pick me up and take me to the job. Yeah, I think we're good here. Oh? You want this? Oh, just pick that up.
Extraction mode on. Manufacturing mode on.
You cannot get past min-maxing. So then maybe game developers shouldn't be designing their games around min-maxers. People make gaming miserable quite often. In Final Fantasy XIV, some weeks ago, 2 players in a dungeon wanted to report you for griefing because you didn't use your sprint skill on cooldown, making them spend maybe 20 seconds total more in the dungeon. Are you... Honestly, dude, I'm glad I got a freaking org. I will kick people like that out of GII. We're here for a good time. Unless you're doing the most serious... No, I can't justify that. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. No, in GII, I want to push forward the idea of enjoying the game. We can shoot for money and resources and control and all that stuff, but our number one focus should still be actually doing something in the game that's fun. And like, having fun when we're doing it. Leave that for all the captains and coaches to stress out, okay? They're the ones who can be biting their fingernails. Griefing for not using your sprint. That's not what you mean. You mean that min-maxers will always be a thing? It's a reality of having a game. That's... yeah, I hear you. I think... like, if min-maxers are always a thing, I think that game companies should avoid developing the mechanics around them, because then other people miss out on you know, the fun of what those mechanics can be. Min-maxers should be able to do their thing, but if everything was balanced around them or considering them, I don't know. It just feels like it'd be a little more boring. Whoa! Too much power. Even the coaches just leave it to the captains. Avocado still in chat? We're on Daymar right now. The old Damer. You can't wait for orgs have more content to do. You just recently, but you're so sick to get in calls. Well, if you listen to certain people, they'll tell you that Star Citizen only does org stuff.
Extraction mode on. Manufacturing mode on.
Just some Valacar chilling over there in the under the surface of the moon. Jeez, this one's taking a lot to crack. Fun is your only metric for playing the game. Playing with others makes more fun usually. Yeah, there's something nice about progress, but I think I'm slowly becoming more and more open to the long-term progress. Like, I don't need something to happen every game session. Obviously, I want to give something entertaining when we're streaming. Whoa. But I am mostly concerned about getting the most enjoyment out of this game, or a game in general. People are far too focused on the destination. We love that dopamine. What do we got here? Oh, look at that. What a clean break. What I'm most interested in, you guys are talking about mining and needing to get the basic materials en masse. I'm really interested in knowing, this still feels like we are doing very scalpel style mining, right? We're not dredging, we're not scraping the ocean floor, we're not sucking up everything we can see and then filtering out the other stuff through refining. We're just slowly picking apart rocks. And I'm wondering, what's that mass mining gameplay going to look like in Star Citizen? How are you guys going to pull that off? They've got to just make minerals. They need to add mining ability to all asteroids and rocks. I think that would really help. Titanium. Finding work on an industrial ship with a non-streamer account is kind of mind-blowing if you think about it, even without social tools, and even if it took a lot of setup time. Maybe. I'm glad that these people trusted me. And I am suspicious that our second guest here was in chat. And so maybe let the person know to give it another go. There's something to be said about people's openness to working together, and I think it could go places. But God, it's tough. Because there's not like a central place in Star Citizen. A lot of games, especially in early access, are so limited that there's one place everybody kind of starts out. But in Star Citizen, you could start in 3 different star systems. You might never make it back to the planets where most people are spawning. Makes you think how the forge will work. Yeah. That's another thing. Ground mining through ground deposits is an interesting one. Tomato, you can't be serious having fun in games. Games aren't about fun. They're competitive sweatshops. You play to be the best, not to have fun. I invested in this game. I want my money. I remember when somebody was trying to get me to cover Star Atlas. They were like, "Yeah, you cover Star Citizen. Star Atlas is a lot like the, it's the same kind of idea. It's a space sim. You get spaceships, you can buy them, but you can make money from the spaceships that you buy." And I'm like, dude, if that's your first pitch for a video game, then you lost the game part. That's an investment vehicle. Like, it was the weirdest thing. And that's kind of, it's like, I guess, the late stage version of that, caring about the journey. Like, what'd you even get into the game for at that point? You could just buy pictures of spaceships. They're really cool to look at. What are we cracking? What are we cracking? What are we cracking? Laranite! Let's go! Dude, I like Laranite. I think it's not as fun anymore. Is Laranite not cool anymore? So I think it did go down in value. Laranite is decent, he says. We're cracking it. Are there any non-laser mining systems? No. Not at the moment. We love our lasers around here. It's the future. No lasers now. Only lasers in the future. When are we getting a Squadron 42 release date? Are they going to put it out a month before? I would guess they're probably going to put it out like 6 months before. 6 to 8 months prior. Jesus, yeah, this one's 47,000. We need a space pickaxe. What is a space pickaxe? Is gonna literally be a pickaxe with a laser on the front. So like as you swing it, the laser comes out. You can't get away. Run from it, hide from it. It's inevitable. Lasers. Oh, Jesus. I thought that was 5K. It's 50. You think Squadron will be released sooner than everyone thinks? What, you think first half of this year? Oh, wait, no, that's Laranite. I thought that was Bex. GTA 6 will boost both PS5 and Xbox Series X sales. Perhaps the next gen following on from them, maybe. Yeah, well, those consoles need a boost in sales. I hope that what we see... You know what I hope we see? I hope we see a similar boom in the game console space that we saw in the smartphone space. If we can get some kind of, I don't know if Android would be the platform, Linux would be the platform, somebody, some pseudo open source platform for games that can run on any hardware so that we can, like, imagine the cool form factors people could start making for games. We already see it with the Steam Deck. Hardware companies they're innovative, but they get held back by the fact that they don't own the IPs. So I'm really hoping that at some point we can see a split up by the hardware creators, because Ugh. I mean, we're just looping back around to that PC conversation we were having earlier. When would theoretically Squadron 42 be announced? I don't know. I don't even know how they're planning on doing it. I don't think they're going to just drop the announcement date out of nowhere. I think they'll build it up. And they'll probably make, like, we'll probably know that there's a chance the announcement date's going to be given. Or the release date's going to be announced. But I don't know what it would be. I can't imagine it would be any later than Invictus Week. So maybe that's when they will. We got iron. Little bit of laranite. Whoa, that's a big chunk of laranite. Nice. 91%, not bad.
Warning. Storage full.
Storage full. Success! Linux gaming is in a great spot right now. Yeah, Microsoft, I can't imagine Microsoft. There must be some folks in the Windows segment of Microsoft that are absolutely just shitting out full Auroras right now, because Microsoft continues to double down on AI over and over and over again, cannibalizing their gaming department, killing the trust that people have in them, ruining people's experiences in Copilot and in Office, and really just caring about Azure, it feels like. And there's got to be some folks in there who understand the computer market and the way things are going, and they're like, dude, Microsoft could seriously be teetering on losing their spot as the go-to enterprise model. Maybe they want to fully transition away from relying on everybody in the world running on their operating system and go into AI stuff. But that seems kind of crazy to me. Like, wouldn't you want every government in the world to use your software? Don't give up that position. Sure, they're far away from giving that up, but this is how it starts. Yeah, announcing it during Invictus probably makes the most sense. If they announced it during Invictus, I would hope that the launch date is no sooner than late October. Having switched to Linux full-time earlier last year, you can say you're not missing anything. Did I just freaking crash out, dude? After all that work. The 30Ks, bro. Why are the 30Ks back, CIG? Don't think they care about the consumer models because of how much money they think they can make in AI. Like, where are the financial smarts? How many people have gone into investing and been told, invest everything into one stock? Don't diversify. Just go all in on one thing and you'll be good. Where's the brain in the room over at Microsoft? 30K is gone, you guys. Yeah. 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 Return of our best friend. And I'm pretty sure everybody crashed out there, so I can't even join back in on him. I can try it, see what happens. Year of playability is over. Back to Year of Absurdity. We'll see. Oh wow. There must have been a big crash. I'm interested in seeing if they can get back to where they were. I'm gonna give them a patch because, like we said before, this was their big engine update patch of the year. I'm gonna give them a patch and see what kind of performance they can bring to us in February. But yeah, we're past the whole playability push. We're back to features. We're back to try and get this game to actually be a full game. Guess we saw it coming. just a matter of would they be able to hold it off. Are we sure it's this year? We're not sure. Never sure. If there's any game you could be less sure about, it's probably just like Beyond Good and Evil. Bill Gates is too busy building underground bunkers. Bro, this one, I think this one falls on Satya. I think Satya Nadella can answer for this stuff at this point. I don't know who else would be pushing AI like this. They only have their #1 position because they bribed the PC manufacturers to use it as their default desktop install, knowing users wouldn't remove and replace the OS. Yeah, of course. But now, wouldn't you want to not lose that position? Star Citizen's only for groups and multiplayer, they always cry to me. Yeah? Have you tried to group up with people? Well, this is, I think, the second time now that I've tried to do my second episode of Roots to Riches. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to say this is not going to be the one I publish again. But we made some progress here. I don't know if there's much of a story. We spent an hour and a half trying to get into a group. We spent another hour meeting up with the group we found, and then we spent 30 minutes playing. Do I think, given SC's history, will Squadron 42 succeed and SC to truly become a full-fledged MMO? Given SC's history, no. But given, I mean, Star Citizen is very much a potential kind of game. That's always been the problem with it. From what we've seen, Squadron 42 can definitely succeed. Depends on what you mean by succeed, but it can definitely find success in commercial sales. That is a more likely outcome than Star Citizen becoming a fully fledged MMO, in my opinion, right now. But my opinion on that could change a lot this year, depending on what kind of systems they could get in to support this. Right now, this still just feels like a playground still. It's funny, why have a PC when all you need is a screen, a keyboard, and a mouse, and a thin client to connect to? I would have been so pumped for something like that 10 years ago. When Google was doing their, what did they call them? Netbooks? I think. Like the little tiny laptop that just connected to the internet, the Chromebooks. Now though, I'm just like, what do they want? Why do they want to do that? Start in Pyro, at least there you could do the local deliveries. Yeah, maybe I should start in Pyro. What do you mean by fully fledged MMO? I don't know what Luke meant, but when I think of fully fledged MMO, I'm thinking of multi-tiered progression. You have early, mid, and late game that are very, you can tell what they are. You have factions, locations, shops, goods, and other things you can find that have dependencies on geographic location, on danger levels, on how the population of those places. You need proper social tools, looking for group, voice chat, stuff like that. Need a thriving player economy, as well as a back end that can support people who are just trying to play on their own. Those would be like the basics in my opinion, but I'm not a MMO expert. I'm talking almost out of my proverbial tomato ass when I say those kinds of things. Because I haven't played an MMO before Star Citizen. At least not seriously. If they don't take the tree from out of our house today, Tomato might actually go crazy. Yes, I have hauled our Christmas tree out to the street twice in the last week now, because they said that the leave service picks up the tree, but they haven't been. So yeah, I might burn our whole trash can down if they don't pick it up this time. You were just on TikTok. You saw a video talking about Kathleen Kennedy stepping down and Dave Filoni taking her spot. Maybe Star Wars will be saved. We shall see. I mean, I see people still saying that Dave Filoni is also not good and he should also leave. I'm the kind of person that feels like it's never one person that's making that big of a difference, but more of a company philosophy, which could come from that one person. For sure. But I haven't had as big a problem with Star Wars as of late as I think a lot of Star Wars fans are. And that's probably because I'm not like a really diehard Star Wars fan. I like a couple things that come out here and there. Twitchy Twist said the community is great in this game. I said I was a new player trying to figure things out and some random person gave me 100 billion credits. Yeah, that's what's going on right now. How old was I in 78? -20. Yeah, close to like -14. Yeah, I'm not an OG here from the beginning Star Wars person. Oh, that was funny. He's just sliding on the floor. Did I get into the actual server with my old group? I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure this is done. Yay. Helmet gang. Please tell me they spawned me. Oh, cool. They spawned me at the same space station. That's good. Well, let's see if these guys are still here. Should be at Crew L1. The name isn't showing up. The name of the space station isn't showing up. Crew L1. Your mother watched Star Wars when she was pregnant with you? Is your first name Vader? Imagine if your name was like Vader Jones. Any messages today? Message for the testers? Message for the Evo? I probably can't even see it because I'm on I'm on the wrong profile now. I'm on the wrong account. Imagine the day when PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, Epic, GOG, and Steam accounts are all merged on one service. And for a small consideration, you can access them from any device and just play your games. I mean, on one hand, that's kind of where they're headed, but on the other hand, it gets annoying because then they all lock specific things to. It's like how the streaming stuff has gone, right? All of these services finally broke away from just putting all their things on one place, and you had to have that one place to access their things. But instead, they just walled everything off into their own silos, and then we had to get all of them. I guess that's kind of how gaming is now. Would love if everything was available to all of us, but they don't seem to give us that sort of a feeling. No, I've got no new messages today. Mostly just talk about 4.5. Where'd you hear that 4.6 is branching out? Toes! Your sister is the bigger Star Wars nerd than you. Your mom took you to see Return of the Jedi while pregnant with her. Oh, wow. So she's growing up on very new Star Wars then. I like Star Wars for the sci-fi aspects of it and for the political aspects of it. I'm not crazy about all the magic. But I love a good spaceship, man. It's hard to miss me with a spaceship. Let's go for another run. I'm gonna call it, I think. Oh, it's science. Yes. It's science. What am I thinking? They proved it. It's the midichlorians and the, you know, the force around us.
How's it going?
All right. He's transferring us our share, folks. How much money did we earn today? How is he feeling? How kind is he feeling? We're going from... I got to get rid of this 500 first. That's just misleading. Yeah, Space Tomato Guy's rich now. All right, let's see how much we made working today. SC needs something like the equivalent of the Kessel Run. Probably the coil. Gonna be coming here at some point. Ah! 60K. You made 60K. All right, so today we earned about enough for a rental, at least. So we're making progress. Give us the outro, girl. So, I got nice hair. Look at how flappy it is. We made 60,000 credits today mining. While most of our time was spent flusteringly trying to find a party, and I think has really proven just how much of Star Citizen is still not ready for multiplayer gameplay of people who don't know each other. It was nice that somebody was kind enough to let us crew their mole. And in general, today I just wanted to kind of show what it was like to get a party together. We'll keep doing this on our Zero to Hero as we go on past day 2. But now I get to rent a ship. We got 60k credits to our name. We're going to go rent a ship and probably do some cargo hauling next time to see if we can make some more money for ourselves. But hopefully this gave you a little bit of an insight into what it looks like to play this game when you don't know anybody and have nowhere to go and no ship to fly. I think eventually we should get no ship starter packs, but the game's clearly not ready for it yet. Can't even talk to people that well. We need like categorized text chat and stuff. We need social apps. So hopefully that happens this year, but until next time, we're still a root working to riches. Yay! We'll see how it goes next time. I think this was an interesting one. I don't know. Do you guys feel like you got something from this? You learned anything, or was that all just kind of a big old waste of time? Broke SC streamers do exist. You're mythical. You just have to give all your money away. My character is totally talking to you guys. Talk. I need to get a camera so I can FOIP. Then I would zoom all the way in. Oh. And we'd have a nice face-to-face. This is actually not my character either. This is Mrs. Tomato. I just, whoops, kind of stole her character. There we go. This is a much better outro position. Look at my hair. It's so flappy. I've never had long hair in my life, so this is new for me. Mostly a waste of time, but in that, there is a learning curve. It is significantly less frustrating to play with people you know. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it takes 3 hours to 30 minutes of gameplay. It's not the most efficient way to play. You learn that US servers are different. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to turn this into a video, to be quite honest. I was actually wanting to see from you guys if it was worth it, but it actually sounds like it just wasn't very good from a viewer's perspective either. We'll try another day 2 at another point. I'm sure we can get a good session out of this at some point. Mrs. Tomato has taste. That's a great looking character. Oh, she just looks great. Character needs a few more freckles to be my girly. All right, y'all. I'm going to call it here. This is enough gameplay. It's freaking hot in this room. I got to figure out what's wrong with this capture card, unfortunately. There's got to be something. Trying to update drivers and see if that fixes anything. But I hope you all enjoyed this. I know it was a little bit of a weird stream with the gameplay going the way that it did, but I am here to try and show you what Star Citizen's doing at the moment. So I'll be back on Friday. We'll have any of the news that's going on for the week. It's a quiet week, so I don't know if there's going to be anything. But if any of the devs say something, we'll be talking about it this Friday. After that, we'll be jumping back into some org gameplay on Saturday. If you were here on Saturday for the big logistics event I did with the rest of my org, we're going to do that again this week. So if you're part of GII, please check and RSVP to that. I'll have it listed probably in the next 24 hours. If you are not part of GII, you can join our org and be part of it. But please do try to apply right now. I know a lot of people see it during the stream and then want to jump in, but it's harder to get you in. So apply to GII now. We can get you into the event on Saturday. It's pretty fun. Cargo hauling, mining, salvage, whatever you like. We'll find a place for you. It worked as a stream, but you don't think this is enough for a vid? Oh, it would be a short vid. This would be like a 15-minute video. Yeah, it would not include most of this gameplay. But yeah, if you guys want to play with us, I'll see you on Saturday. And if you just kind of want to hang out and not play with us, but also still be super cool and beautiful and sexy, because garden people are all of those things, you can still swing by. Come say hi. I am going to actually send you all over to A1. It's been a little while since we dropped in there. So I'll give you guys a looky-loo into what's going on in the dog fighting realm and the PvP realm and Arena Commander. Ask him some questions about how great Master Modes is. Definitely go in there and just like love on Master Modes for me. Tell him where you came from though. Drop the toes in the chat. Bring some excitement to the folks over there. Let's pick them up. You know, they're not in the garden. Is life really as good? Let's go in there and let's make life a little better. While you're at it, eat something you love today. Do something you love. Hang out with somebody you love. You deserve it. You're good people. You deserve good things. You're beautiful. Your words are amazing. Your name's in the chat. Wow, they just send me for a loop, you know? Just holy crap. Never read something so beautiful. I'm sorry. Just bushing your bushes. I'm gonna send you on your way. Have a good day. Much love, and peace out. Oh, sorry, I'm a weirdo.